Hi everybody, it's Jenna from Jenna's Stitches. Welcome to my channel if you are new here. Welcome back if you're returning. I should probably say welcome back to myself because it has been quite a long time since I've made a video. And I want to say May or even June of last year was the last time I made a video. We've just had a lot going on, and honestly, didn't really feel like making any. I don't really have an excuse other than that, but the last video I made, I think we were in the process of either looking to buy the house or closing on our house. We have since moved. We moved at the end of August. So again, been quite a while since we moved, but just kind of getting settled in and getting used to everything. Took away from the filming, and we've added quite a few new family members since the last video as well. I think last video we had our 2 cats, our 2 ferrets, and a hamster. And we had just gotten our puppy. Now since then we have a new hamster because our old one passed away. And we got 2 new kittens. Their names are Waffles and Toast. Guess that's what happens when you let your 6-year-old name them. And then we got another dog right around Christmas. So we are 9 animals deep right now. And just kind of getting used to them and everything. Also, I think I was gonna make a video before Thanksgiving, like right around then. And our dog that we had, the puppy that, you know, if you've seen my last videos before I stopped making them, he got hit by a bus, and he's fine. He did just break his front paw, so that was a lot to kind of deal with too. And as soon as, what was I just going to say? As soon as he was healed, almost immediately after we got the new dog. So just kind of getting them used to everything, and it's pretty hectic in here at all times, but I miss it, and I decided I was going to film. Now I can't promise that I'm going to be back for good because, you know, some days I'm like, oh, I'm going to film a video, I want to, and then I don't. So who knows? But I figured I would kind of just show the things I've been working on lately, and try to kind of get back on some track with some videos. I know I have a ton of new subscribers that weren't here before I took my hiatus or whatever you want to call it. So welcome. Thank you so much for subscribing. And if you aren't subscribed, you know, it is free. Click the button. I would really appreciate it if you like my videos. But like I said, I'll just kind of show what I've been working on. I haven't really had too much, I don't know what the word I'm looking for, reason, I guess, for anything I've been working on. I'm just kind of finding random patterns that I really like and throwing them together. So I have some of the stuff I've worked on. Obviously, I don't have it all. I haven't made a video in so long, but just stuff I'm working on now and stuff I finished recently I have here. Also, I don't know where my tripod is, so I have you resting on my computer. But if you aren't new here and you've watched my previous videos, you might know that I do make hats for my mom's classroom every year that she hands out for Christmas. This past Christmas was our 2nd year doing it, and I've already started on the hats that are going to be for Christmas of 2024. So whatever class she gets in September when our school year starts, she'll give these hats out. And I dropped you guys. I'm not going to edit that out, but sorry. So I have a couple hats I've already made. I didn't grab them all. I just grabbed some. But I have 3 here that I recently made. So I bought a bunch of the new Karen cinnamon cakes that are out. I bought, I think, like 6 different colorways, maybe 5. And my plan is to kind of make hats out of most of it. And then I'm making a very chaotic granny square blanket. So here's the first one. Now I don't have the cakes with me. This is a very random, honestly. I didn't plan to film today, so I don't know the names of them or anything, but here's this one. This is probably my favorite one of the new cinnamon swirl cakes that came out because it's more like speckled than the other ones that are kind of like the only word I can think of is smear. of color, and that's a very horrible explanation. But here's one hat. Now this is Jennifer from Cinnamon Stitches. Did the tutorial on this hat recently. So there is that. And here's the second one I made. Very easy pattern, very quick to work up. I think, yeah, all three of the hats that I have right here are made with this pattern. So you can see, like, this one is more, I don't even know what you can call that, but like this one's speckled and like dotted, you can see, where this one is more just like bleeding almost. I don't know. But there's the second one. And then this is made out of the new coconut cakes. Not sure how I feel about it. It is the same design, which you can't really see because of the hecticness of the yarn with the like little things coming off of it. I don't know. I don't really like it that much. I didn't really care for working with the yarn, but it is a very nice lightweight hat, so it would be good for like springtime. I know me, like everybody else in the world, experienced that huge cold front lately. It is actually getting pretty warm already. I live in Western New York, if you're unaware. It's 34 degrees, which I guess is cold, but to me, living here my entire life, that's not that bad for the very beginning of February. So good hat for right now. Again, I didn't really care for working for this with this yarn. I have this colorway, and I have the one that's like a lime green color, and not really sure what I'm gonna do with them now because I just really didn't enjoy making this hat, and I don't really care for how it feels or anything. My husband really liked it though, so maybe I'll just, you know, work with it and keep making the hats or something to get the yarn gone nicest way possible. And then, like I said, I'm kind of just taking these cakes, and probably just really anything I work with other than these, but I was thinking like I have a lot of cake yarn, so maybe any cake yarn that I use, I'll make up some granny squares with what's left over. So I have made a few. Now, this one goes with this one, so you can see I used some of that, and then that square as well as from this same yarn. And then I think these two are from this colorway. So I have this one, and I'm not color controlling these at all, as you can see. I'm just letting them flow. That's kind of what I wanted with the blanket. I don't like granny squares, and I'm not really sure why I decided to do this. Maybe because that new Red Heart yarn came out, and I was like, ooh, granny squares. And I do like the fact that you can just make a bunch and eventually maybe put them together and have a blanket. But I wanted it to be very like chaotic. I didn't want them to be color controlled at all. So I think it's gonna look really crazy, and that's what I was going for. So I have those. And then this colorway I have made the granny squares with, but I didn't make the hat yet. But this one is definitely more like oranges, red. That's the one spot. I really just don't know what to call that. Very similar to this one, but there's no blue or like this fuchsia color in it. It's just red, orange, yellow, white, as you can see. So that's that pile of stuff that I've made recently. And then I've been on quite a big shawl kick really for quite a few months now. I have probably like 8 or 9 in the closet that I've made since my last video. I didn't grab them because, again, I don't know like what I've shown and what I haven't shown. I don't know when I made quite a few of these, so I just grabbed the ones that I know I've recently made. And one of them is this shawl here. Let me back up a little bit. So I love this so much. This is made out of a cake I got from Hobie, and I believe it's Twister. Yeah, it is. So there it is. And this pattern is actually a paid for pattern on Hobie as well. If I remember, I'll link it down below. I don't remember the name of it right off the top of my head, but it has something to do with tea. I know there's 2 that have the word tea in it. I want to say this one's jasmine tea, and then the other one I don't even know how to pronounce. But I'll link it down below, but I made that. And then this, I saw Linan from Nina's Next Knots make this shawl in different yarn, and the tutorial is on YouTube by Ophelia Talks, and I just thought it was a really cool pattern, and I know Linan loved it. She kept like saying how much she loved the pattern and how she'll keep redoing it, so I decided to make it. And that's kind of just what I've been doing lately. I'll see someone like raving about a pattern or something, or, you know, I'll be watching a video and be like, ooh, that's pretty. I just pick up the yarn and start making it. And I think that's really kind of a reason why I took a break too, is I felt like I was very focused more on making stuff for my videos rather than what I wanted to do. So that's kind of just what I've been doing lately. I'll be like, ooh, that's really cool. I'll grab my yarn out of my yarn closet and I'll make it. But again, this is a pattern by Ophelia Talks. I cannot remember what it is called off the top of my head, but I will link it in the description box. But I really like, let me go back a little bit. I really like how the center of it, the part that goes down your back, is solid, and then the two parts that will go over your shoulders and arms are windowed. So there's one side, this is the solid back piece, and then the other side. And this is Karen Cloud Cake. Again, don't remember the colorway. Didn't really plan on doing this, so don't have much details, but it is a Karen Cloud Cake, so it is nice and squishy and soft. And I love it. And then this one, again, very random make. I just grabbed some yarn out of my yarn closet and decided to make it. Before I show it though, I do have a yarn closet now. So there is this hallway, I guess, that leads to a big closet in the very front of my house near my front door. It also has like the underneath of the stairs in it. And there's quite a large space between the door and the wall to where the stairs are. It's probably, you can't tell by my hands, but it's wide enough to put bookshelves in there. So I actually have my 4 yarn shelves in there with all my yarn on them. So kind of worked out perfectly because no one besides us is going to go in there. And we don't really use the closet that much. Like, we have some of our winter stuff hanging in there, but no one really is ever going to go in there, so it's a great place to put my yarn. But I made this as well. This is made out of Hobie Butterfly, I want to say. I think so. And it is a paid, I want to say it's a paid for pattern from Hobie. I think I bought it when I was part of their like monthly thingy where you can get like 2 paid for patterns for free. I don't know what it's called. I don't do it anymore because I just wasn't working on the patterns, but I think that's where this came from. It might be free on the website. I'm not sure, but I really think I had to pay for it. But it's kind of a shawlette, I guess. For a shorter person, it could be a full-size shawl. I mean, I guess it's close. But if I didn't run out of yarn, I definitely would have made it bigger. And the pattern calls for a #1 finger and weight yarn, and I used this, which is a 3, I believe. So in the pattern, you actually do 2 repeats of everything. So there should have been another repeat of like this fillet section, and then I think a border, but I ran out of yarn and I didn't have any more. So I just left it as is. And I think, again, it's a good size. I mean, it definitely wouldn't be a good shawl for me, but it could be a good like bandana, neck wrap. I don't know what to call it, but I love filet crochet all of a sudden. I don't know why. I've always kind of loved it, but just even working on it, I'm really enjoying. So I have quite a few patterns I found recently that have like filet stitches in them that I really want to work because it's just so much fun and it looks so cool. So there's that. That's probably one of my favorite ones I've made so far, surprisingly. And then I have 2 that I'm working on. I'll show in just a minute. Actually, I'll just show them now. So I'm actually working on this right now. I was working on it when I decided to film this, but I am making Crystal from Bag of Days Dragonfly shawl. I know she has a name to it. I think it's like Spread Your Wings and Fly or something, but it is a dragonfly shawl. So I actually am almost done with it. I believe I'll be done with it today. I don't think I have enough yarn to do a whole full repeat of dragonflies. I'm about halfway through this repeat. You cannot see that from way back there. I think I just started this row, so 2 more rows after this, and I don't think I'll have enough of this cake to make a full another repeat, and I think I like the size of it anyways, so I think after this repeat, I'll just add the border and call it. This is all I have left. It was much nicer before I just picked it up, but, so I think, yeah, I'll just probably be done with this today, and this is a Karen Skinny Cake. The colorway is discontinued now. I know they actually discontinued the skinny cakes for a while there, and they're coming back right now. I just bought a few, but I don't remember the name of it, to be honest, and I don't have the label anymore. And then the other shawl I started the other day, and actually I have this pattern right here, so I can tell you the name of it. It is the Flower Valley shawl, and it is by Sis Homemade, S-I-S Homemade. I actually found it on Pinterest, and then you go to the website. It is a free pattern. I didn't have to pay for it at all. It's absolutely gorgeous. And I have the first repeat done. According to the pattern, I'm not going to be able to do the whole repeat again, but here's what it looks like right now. So it does have some fillet stitching in there as well. This is absolutely gorgeous. I almost swore right there. I was going to say effing gorgeous. Yeah. But I love this so much. This yarn was gorgeous in the cake, but I did not expect it to be this gorgeous working it up. So there's that, and then here's what is remaining in the cake. It came like this, but it's got more of the green. The green's going to go into the baby blue and then into this teal color. And it's going to be a repeat. But again, I don't think I have enough because the pattern calls for 1,200 meters plus 200 to do the basic border, so 1,400, and this cake is just a little over 1,000. So my plan, I think, is to do this section, and then jump down and do this section. So kind of cut out this section right here, even though I did really enjoy doing it, and I think it's pretty. I would rather have, this is where it starts, so I'd rather have that, and then the fillet section again, and then go into the border. I don't know how to figure out how much yarn I'm going to need for all that, but I'm hoping cutting out this whole section right here will give me enough yarn to do these 2 sections, the fillet section, and then put the border on it, because the border is gorgeous too. And I don't want to limit out the border to have the whole pattern in there again. So I'm working on that. And then just the last few things, I think the one blanket I have that I'm about to show is going to be one that I'll show on Thursdays for Things We're Making Thursday, which is a group that was put together beginning of last year by myself and a few other podcasters, Heather from Strings and Threads, Jess from J Hook Magic, Erin from Crafting Kitty, and it just blew up from there. There's so many different channels that now participate. I'm sure you all know about it, especially if you watch my videos or if you've subscribed lately, because you wouldn't have really found my channel if it wasn't for everybody mentioning me and Things We're Making Thursday. But I do plan on still participating. I actually kind of have been this whole time. Some months purposely, other months completely unpurposely. I think January was slippers. I made like 5 pairs of slippers in January just because. Not because of Things We're Making Thursday, but I thought it was kind of funny because that was a lot of my January was slippers. And then whatever month that was fingerless gloves. I made like 12 pairs. And I think I mentioned this to Heather from Strings and Threads. That I made a lot of fingerless gloves. And it wasn't really for things we were making Thursday. It was just because I found a pattern that I really liked and I continued to make them. But I thought it was funny that, you know, even though I wasn't making videos, I was still kind of participating. Sorry. But the blanket that I'm working on, and I've showed this pattern before on my channel because this is actually the third blanket of this that I am making, is a Buffalo Bills blanket. It is getting very large. I actually can't even hold the whole thing up, but I have Bill, and then I just started the S last night, and I got like some of the buffalo symbol up here. I'm making this for my cousin. We are, you know, Western New York, very close to the Buffalo Bills Stadium. Actually, we're only about 45 minutes away. So pretty much everybody around here is Bills fan. I'm getting there. I'm starting to really like them. So I'm making that for her. She doesn't really have a time frame for it or anything. I've just kind of been working on it here and there. But I did just get all the yarn I needed for it. So I'm planning on having it done probably by the end of this month, early March at the very latest. So it's going to be a very steady project that I work on coming up. I keep going back and forth between the shawls and that. So I've been working on those two shawls like one day, and then I'll go to the blanket the next day and kind of rotate. Yeah. I don't know why I said I had nothing to follow that up with. And then the very last thing I'm going to show, because this video is getting kind of long, is just a random project I kind of thought of in the middle of the night, and then went to Joann's the very next day and bought all the yarn. What was I just going to say? Oh, I moved my yarn cart in here. It was sitting in that closet I was talking about because I don't really use it that much, honestly, but I did move it in here, and I put all the yarn for this project on it because I did have it in just a cardboard box, and I was pulling it out as I went. And I thought this would be an easier way to do it, but I'm just making a bunch of random colored sunburst squares, and then they're all going to be bordered in this teal color, and then I'm going to put them together as a blanket. So oh, it was the end of this. So there's that one. I have quite a few made already. I think, I forgot how many. I counted them the other day, but so I've made quite a few full squares already. And these are just kind of random colors. They are going to be a repeat of all these colors. I think I did go through my stash last night and like add 1 or 2 more colors in there, but it's kind of just those 12-ish colors that I'm making the sunburst part out of. And then I have some that are like partially made, like this one's the light teal and blue. And then these ones have the outer, well, some of them do, some don't. But I have tons of these that are made. I have some that need the third part of the round, and then a lot of these just need the teal added into it. Tons of them. So I have quite a few made. I just need to work on them. I was steadily working on that, but then I kind of got the yarn for my cousin's blanket and started working on that more and into the shawl thing. So I haven't been working on it too much, but what I figured is bringing it in here, having it on my yarn cart will, you know, kind of make me work on it. Not that it has any time frame to be finished. It is mine, but I am really trying to not start projects and just not work on them. Like I have a project in my desk drawer right here that I started. It's actually pretty far along. Very lacy, like pineapple shawl. I don't know if you can see the pineapples in there too well. There's like, I can't even see it on camera. There's one right there. Out of this Hobie yarn that I have, and I love it, but I honestly can't figure out where in the pattern I was. I'm sure if I looked at it hard enough I could figure it out, but I honestly have no interest in working on it. So I want to make sure I don't leave anything sitting around too long where I'm like, I'm not going to do anything with that now, especially something like that. Like, I have quite a few squares made already. I don't want it to just sit and never get done. So I'm really trying this year to stay on top of my whips. Yes, I might have a lot at one time, but I want to consistently work on all of those and not just set it aside and forget. I actually have a hooked on sunshine blanket I was making for me and my husband out of the Lion Brand Meowth colorway, because it's just gorgeous, and I have no clue what hook size I was using. I know where I am at in the pattern because I have an iPad now, and I use my iPad to kind of mark up my patterns as I go so I don't lose my place, but I don't know what hook I was using, so I kind of feel like I might have to restart it. I'm not sure. I'll see if I can pick it back up, but I don't want things like that happening because I was kind of far into it. I know I used a whole bonus bundle already, and I don't want to have to restart that. So yeah, that's what I have for you. That's everything I'm working on right now or have worked on recently. Again, I hope I will kind of get back to a schedule, at least posting sometimes. I don't want to go, months without posting again. So thank you everybody who has stuck around and stayed subscribed. I really appreciate it. And I'm looking forward to just hearing from everybody again. I've been kind of sad lately just watching everybody's videos and not being a part of it. So I'm glad to be back, and I'll see you all in the next one. Sorry that I dropped my phone, but again, I'm not cutting it out. So I'll see you next time. Bye.